How's it going, everybody? As you know, we had you vote again on 3 characters, this time from the Marvel Cinematic Universe: Black Widow, Killmonger, Tony Stark. Let's talk results. Very surprising results, actually. All 3 came back as chess players. Whoa. Now let's remind you, chess player, what we refer to, is not somebody who's strategic, not somebody who plans well. A chess player is specifically somebody who manipulates other people or manipulates their surrounding environment to get what they want. Think of a chess player as the guy who asks a girl's friend to ask that girl if she likes him, instead of having the courage to walk up and face the possibility of rejection. A poet is the opposite. They walk up facing the possibility of rejection, trusting they won't be destroyed by the outcome, trusting they can endure the outcome. With that being said, I understand why some of you said Tony Stark, Black Widow, and Killmonger are all chess players. I do. Now let's start with Black Widow, because I think this is an interesting one. Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, a character very complex, riddled with a history of trauma, riddled with guilt and shame. I can understand why you'd think she's a chess player, given the fact that she was quite literally a spy, and that's what spies do. But I think we have to look at the entire story. We have to look at the totality of her character. We have to look at how the story ends. We have to look at her and her relationship with the Avengers as it progresses, and how she ends the story. And I think given that, I think if we look at her role in Endgame, I think it's hard to say that she's a chess player then. And therefore, since the last time we saw her, I think she had developed into a poet and becoming sacrificial and becoming selfless, truly selfless. No longer trying to get advantage for herself, but seeking the good of others. I'm gonna go ahead and call her a poet. Up next, we have Killmonger. I think this one is easy. 80% of you said chess player. I agree. Killmonger was an absolute chess player. There are a lot of people who might identify with Killmonger's story, with Killmonger's anger, given what it mirrors a lot of what we see people advocating for today. I understand that sentiment. However, a villainous act is a villainous act, and it needs to be treated as such. Just because one disguises it with justice, with a cry for justice, doesn't mean they're actually seeking justice. Killmonger was an evil person, somebody who only thinking about himself, someone who only wanted to help himself, somebody who manipulated other people, someone who used other people, and who didn't have value for other people, who was willing to kill to get what he wanted. He was a total villain. The fact that people were identifying with him means that they were taking a piece of his story and conflating it and making that his main arc. He was an evil person. So we would have to agree. Chess player. And lastly, Tony Stark. The jewel of the MCU, in my opinion, the star of the show. What this whole thing has been about, in my opinion. You guys say chess player. I beg to differ. I think Tony Stark started as a chess player. I think Tony Stark began as a chess player. But I don't know if the last image we see of Tony Stark, if that's a person I could call a chess player. I think that's a person I would call a poet. I think I would call that the example of a poet. Somebody who is sacrificial, someone who does for others without thinking of benefit for himself. We think of that line from the Avengers where Cap tells him, "You're not the guy to lay on the wire and let the guy go over you." That to me was like a statement of, you aren't a poet. You only think of you. And we turn around and we find out, no. Tony Stark, deep down, always was a poet, always somebody who had a heart. It was just calloused. And I think somebody can change from chess player to poet. And so while you are correct, Tony Stark was a chess player, I do not agree that in the totality of his character, he finished that way. Black Widow and Tony Stark ended the game as poet ended the game. Get it? Ha! Black Widow and Tony Stark did not end it, did not end the game as chess players. They ended as poets. Why am I whispering? I think they're poets. I think they ended it as poets. Killmonger I can totally see. Whatever that's worth, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and let us know who you want us to have you vote on next and what you thought of this video. Do you agree with me? Or do you think I'm wrong? You tell me. Thank you.